word, single word, and multi-word. This multi-word have certain pattern of pattern combination. What kind of PreechVis combination is suggested? Which PreechVis combination is usually used? To this end, we design a visualization. With this visualization, user can easily confirm the PreechVis combination pattern and commonly use PreechVis combination. Hello everyone, I am Sung Min Moon from University in South Korea and Nanterre University in France, Paris. Today I am going to talk about visual profiling using multiple word combinations. In this project, I collaborated with Kyung-Chul Choi, Guillaume Desjardins, and Kyung Lee. Wording the text corpus includes feature and information. Analyzing this word can improve users' understanding of the corpus. The research to understand text corpus through analyzing the word is a growing trend. Wei in BG 2014 is best representation of our work. In her study, she tried to understand users' opinion on several topics through analyzing the word. And this word can be divided into two categories. Let me give you an example. Here is a sentence. Be profound gratitude and great humanity, I accept your nomination for the President of the United States. In this sentence, gratitude has meaning that can be expressed in one word. Otherwise, United States have meaning must be described using a combination of words. And the latter is called as multi-word expression. So how can you capture multi-word expression in the sentence? To this end, we design an algorithm. This is an overview of our algorithm. And our algorithm breaks down into 5 steps. Input corpus, processing, word candidate, word validation, and generate result. First, input corpus step. For our research, we have to find out huge and valuable corpus like present speech in United States. Our data are taken from the Miller Center, a representative database of US history. We use US presidential speech consists of 957 speeches, 164,646 sentences, 3,698,617 tokens from the 43 US presidents. Second, processing step. In the pre-processing step, we did cleaning with the regular expression, miniaturization, tokenization, and lower casing. In the processing step, we analyze the corpus using Engram method and categorize it by part of speech. Engram method is a contiguous sequence of n items from a given sequence of text. So how can you capture word candidate with the Engram method? Let me give you an example. Here is a sentence, time flies like an arrow. In this sentence, we can extract time fly like on an arrow as unigram, time fly like on arrow as bigram, time fly like on arrow as trigram. With the Engram method, we obtain those results. Third, word candidate step. Through the whole procedure, we obtain those results and filter it by subword and threshold. Fourth, word validation step. In the word validation, our algorithm verified the word candidate with the 11 English dictionary and visual dictionary. If the 11 English dictionary have a meaning about the word candidate, it returns a meaningful word. Otherwise, it is discarded. However, sometimes there is word have no definition in the 11 English dictionary but have a meaning. For that case, we made visual dictionary collection in our database. Through this part, you can store more word and meaning about the word in our database, and then our algorithm can recognize more words. Next, generate result. Through this algorithm, we extract 8,910 milligram, 901 bigram, 301 3gram. While we are taking a look at the result, we realize that the multi-word have certain pattern of part-of-speech combination. For example, here is word United States, and this word is generated by combination of verb and noun. What kind of POS combination exists? Which POS combination is usually used? To this end, we design a visualization. For the design constellation, we have 3 tasks and build 3 design objectives. Task 1. Exploration of the POS combination pattern by each gram. Design objective is we should create visual parts to show combination pattern of the POS. Sunburst is a special information visualization in a circular layout, and it will stand out word with the increasing of the number of layers. For example, here is a multi-word stem cell research. Stem cell research is generated by a combination of known, known, and known. As you can see this figure, the first known located in the first layer, and then second, and then third. Task 2. Identification of usage pattern of the POS. Design objective is the visualization have to show usage frequency for the POS combination pattern. To show usage frequency, we decide to add one more layer on the sunburst. And also, we add number of usage frequency in the frequency layer. After that, we got one more question. Who used like this POS combination? To solve this question, we decided to add database. So what is database? Let me give you an example. Here is the data. And if the data consists of 0.5, 0.25, 0, 0.25, 0.5, and 1, the node will be positioned on the bottom of right side. With this technique, our visualization shows the VS prisons like this figure. Task 3. Verification of visual findings with real corpus. Design objective is users should be able to change the result by their research question and verify it with real corpus. For this, we made some view of our visualization. Okay, let's take a look at each part of visualization. First, speech transcript part. With this part, user can easily confirm the real corpus by US prisons. In addition, we add one more highlighting function in this part. if the user is typing their interesting word, the word is colored by different color. Second, word cloud part. With the word cloud part, user can easily confirm the visual result, and if the user hover on the word, they can see more information about the word. After that, this is final view of our visualization. Let's talk about each part of visualization with the demonstration video. With the A part, user can see picture of US president and their biography. With the B part, user can confirm the POS combination pattern and commonly used POS combination. With the C part, they can change node color by political party, and also they can use it to change the issue and president. With the third view of our visualization, user can easily confirm the visual result with the real purpose and see detail more about the word. After we made this visualization, we evaluate our visualization with case study and research scenario. For the case study, we had two questions. Question 1, what kind of POS combination pattern exists and which POS combination is usually used? With the visualization, we found 36 parts of speech exist in the unigram, 50 POS combination pattern exist in the bigram, 65 POS combination pattern exist in the trigram. After that, we extracted top 5 of POS and POS combination pattern. As you can see this figure, known is commonly used in part of speech unigram, and adjective plus noun is commonly used in bigram. Noun plus preposition plus noun is commonly used in trigram. Question 2. Can you get more accurate results from the US president speech? A serious error will happen if we use just only single word in our analysis. Let me give an example. Here's a word, United States. And this word frequently appears in the speech. If we use only single word in the analysis, the word United and State will account for a large proportion in the visual result. However, if we use both most word and single word together, the problem will be solved. For the usage scenario, we did test of scenario with one question. How the US presenter speech can be analyzed with our visualization. In this part, two US presidents, George Washington Bush and Barack Obama, were compared in terms of protecting US from the terror. In the unigram result, as you can see this table, George Washington Bush commonly used the word like America, Iraq, people, and Iraqi. Otherwise, Barack Obama commonly used the word such as people, security, America, and Israel. From this result, we can see they discussed different countries, Iraq, Israel, that is involved in the main issue. In the diagram result, George Washington Bush commonly used United States, Al-Qaeda, Saddam Hussein, and Middle East. Otherwise, Barack Obama commonly used United States, Al-Qaeda, Bin Laden, and Middle East. Especially Al-Qaeda, Saddam Hussein, and Bin Laden, they frequently appear in the speech. Through this result, we realized that their organization and person they involved in the main issue. Our research conclusion as follows. First, this study revealed a data processing method that can obtain more accurate results than when you do analysis without multi-word. Second, multi-word consist of different POS combination pattern, and usually used POS combination have existed. In the near future, we will do analysis to find out more POS combination pattern in the multi-word and use it in the data processing part. Thanks for listening.
Any questions?
Yep.
When you visualize sunburst with, let's say the multiverse,
Yeah.
and then basically you project the
Yeah.
presidents to the center using that linear scheme,
Yeah.
then the result of the position, let's say, of the person,
Yeah.
that depends heavily on the order.
Yeah, it depends on very depends on their usage frequency about the multi-word. Okay, let's go back to the visualization. Okay, maybe here is president, and he positioned it in this position. It will be, he commonly used the part of speech like this part of speech. So is, as you know, the letter B used post dialect. So they position it here. That's because he commonly used this part of speech.
Yeah, but that's what I understand. But let's say if you reorder
Yeah.
sunbursts,
Yeah.
then you get totally different pattern.
Yeah.
And furthermore, if you reorder,
Yeah.
then you can basically find the projection, because this is basically multi-dimensional projection.
Yeah.
There is a kind of ordering
Yeah.
scheme and so on.
Yeah.
So you can separate
Yeah.
people quite nicely.
Yeah.
On the opposite way, if
Yeah.
you do that in the, let's say, wrong way,
Yeah.
basically all people, people can create totally different pattern, which is totally meaningless.
Yeah.
Now the question is, let's say, did you play with the kind of special ordering?
Yeah, we can change easily. And for example, here is issue about the speech. The issue will be positioned here, and the issue is here is protecting US from the terror, and here is some US president cross with the protecting US from the teller. He really care about the protecting the US. Yeah, so we can see more pattern in the speech, and yeah, it depends on the researcher. Yeah, research their research question. Maybe their research question is to find out the preempt by the issue. The issue will be positioned on the sunburst, and you can see the different pattern
So,
of the US preempt.
do you allow the user to reorder the sunburst let's say, words in arbitrary way? So you can grab the multi-word from one position and, let's say, reposition it on the sunburst. Do you allow that?
Maybe if I put more function about this kind of filtering and this kind of drag and drop, maybe it will be possible. Yeah. And actually, I made this visualization with the real code, and I never used the package, so I can use it to change anything. Yeah.
Any questions? I have a question. So you're using the unigram, bigram, trigram.
Yeah.
Is there going to be any benefit by adding more layers, sort of 4 or 5 word combinations? Or
Yeah, it's just right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can add more layer for the 4th gram and 5th gram. But in this visualization, I just showed from unigram to 3 gram. That's because if we use 4th gram and 5th gram, there's many US presidents doesn't use the 4th gram and 3 gram in their speech, so we cannot see the node inside of some words.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe if we just want to know the how much multi-word exists in the speech, we can analyze, and I will show you with the table. It will be better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Just a question. Do you design this visualization for your own purposes, or do you work together with any users?
No. For the technique of this visualization, I made on myself. But for the insight and for the this kind of when I start this visualization, I don't know about the multi-word and how it different. So I have communication with the real linguistic, and for the issue, I classify this issue using the topic in the speech, and for that I have to verify the topic, so I have to have communication with the political researcher. Yeah. Have I have a question?
Where do you get the data from? Where do you get your data that you're using this from? Because I'd love to see that for Trump. You've got apps until about
Text.
Yeah, text data, yeah.
Yeah, I already.
Oh, sorry, you didn't say.
Yeah, I already say about that.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, from the Villa Center. Yeah,
Okay.
I put the link on the bottom of the video, and
Okay.
you can easily to go to the Villa Center. And actually, for the purpose, I made the coding system, and yeah, I made it to them, and under their permission, I stretched all the purpose in the website. Yeah.
Okay. No questions? Fantastic.